for the season.
All right, we're recording live now. So
go for it.
Yes, Oz.
All right, so my name is Oz, and we're going to demo this game that we're going to be kind of working out today in coding. So give me one moment. I'm going to share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right, cool. All right, so this game is called Candy Ghost. And the premise of the game is it's a Halloween game. So there's someone dressed up like a ghost and they're trick-or-treaters ascending on them. And to get the trick-or-treaters to kind of, resume trick-or-treating, they shoot some candy out at them. So we're going to kind of look at it. Here you go. All right. Shoot the candy. And you have to recharge your candy gun.
Ooh.
Couldn't recharge fast enough. We'll try it again. Let's see. All right.
So they're not supposed to make it to the other, all the way to the end of the screen.
Right.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
There you go. So that's the whole premise of the game. They're not supposed to make it, as Princess Peach pointed out. They make it to the end of the screen, to the left side of the screen. Game over. So you both have to shoot the candy out, but you also have to press the B button in order to recharge your candy supply. Okay. And as the game goes, it gets a little bit more difficult. More of them come out, they get a little faster. So we're just going to jump right in to how we make that. Okay. Give me one moment.
this game is perfect for Halloween. So fun.
All right, I'm going to switch to
There was like a Peach looking character too.
I know.
Sadly, Luigi did not make the cut.
It's what I'm royalty. It's what happens. Let's
see. Cancel. Okay. All right. So we're here in Make Code. We're going to begin coding our game. So before we start to code our game, what we want to do is make a list of the things that we need to do, kind of create an order, a way of thinking through the code. Tyler showed us how to do this last week. So first thing we want to do is create our background. Then we want to create our main sprite. We want to create our enemies or our opponents. We want to animate them. And then we want to create a status bar and a scoring system. Okay. So let's get this started. This is going to kind of move fast, but we're recording it so that you could come back and watch it later. If you get stuck on anything, again, check out the mentor hours. Tyler is the master gamer here. So if I get stuck in this game, you will probably see me ask Mr. Tyler some questions. All right, so here we go. First thing that we're going to do is go to our on start. Okay. Okay, and first thing I'm going to do is create a background. Okay, so my background. Creating some of the sprites can take time. That's probably going to be the thing that takes the majority of the time, is drawing your sprites out. So they've already been pre-created for this tutorial. So first thing I'm going to do, grab my background right here, drag that there. Okay. All right. That's what the background looks like.
Expertly drawn, by the way.
Cool. Yeah.
That was
That's
a wonderful
basically it.
background.
Yeah. I think one of our coworkers, Jason, made that. I think he'll be on a live stream soon.
All right. The next thing we're going to do is create our sprite. Okay. So I'm going to go up here to sprite. I'm going to go to here. Okay. And then we already have our main sprite, which is our ghost. Gonna go there. And that's what our main ghost looks like.
Ooh, spooky.
All right. So the next thing that we're gonna do after that is I want to be able to kind of move my sprite a little bit.
Mhm.
So let's see. I'm gonna set my sprite position. Okay. So go back to sprite. And what I'm gonna do is off the bat, I'm gonna give my sprite a name so that as we create more sprites, they're all gonna have the default name, my sprite, and we don't want to get them confused because that'll create problems in our code. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna name this sprite Candy Ghost because
I
it's a
have a
ghost
question.
shooting out candy. And because we're gonna set the position of Candy Ghost, we're gonna go here too and change that to Candy Ghost so that we know which sprite we're controlling. So
Princess
for
Peach has a
that,
question.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Can you set the name as different names? So those are already pre-selected, but can you name one yourself?
you can, if you go here and you go down to rename variable or create a new variable, you can create a new name.
Ah, okay.
All right.
All right. So right now, if we look at our game, our ghost is like up there somewhere, just kind of chilling. So we need to rectify that. We're going to give him an actual position. We're going to go here. And this grid allows us to say where we want our ghost to kind of be. So can do 8. And then X is horizontal, where we want them to be horizontally, and Y is where we want them to be vertically. So vertically, we're going to say 50. Okay. All right. And now we see our ghost here. So now our ghost was up there, but now they're kind of chilling there. For this game, we're going to have to restrict where our ghosts can move. We don't want them moving all over. We want to limit them to just kind of stay in this lane right here and to be able to move up and down in these paths. So we're going to adjust that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to on up button, or sorry, on down button. So if we go to the controller, we're going to go on a button press. I'll pull that down here. Okay. So here is where all the buttons, this controls all the buttons in your controller. So right now I want to go to down. Okay. And this is to tell it what to do when you hit a button. This is pressed. This is when the button is released. And this is what happens if you have to repeatedly press the button. Okay. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use some logic. Okay. I'm going to use this, if this, then that. Okay.
get into some conditional logic.
I was wondering how you were gonna make him jump down to different things and not like fly all the way across the screen.
I think this is one of those great times is that when I did this in school, I was just like, why am I ever going to use these like, 3 is greater than 2, like what's the point of this and why am I learning this? Well,
Now you have a reason. Now you know why.
here's the answer. It is so we can make video games. I wonder if this is what teachers.
Mm.
Does anyone else having problems hearing? Yeah, one in the chat.
All right, sorry, I'm gonna explain this now, what I just did. Okay?
Yes, please.
So, sorry. So, basically what I did was I put in some logic saying if Candy Ghost, our character, if their Y movement is less than 100, then change, because we want to talk about our Candy Ghost, change Candy Ghost Y movement, which is their vertical movement, by 25. So, for instance, when I hit down, it's gonna move 25%.
Ah,
If I hit down again, it's gonna move another 25%.
Oh,
Okay. Now, if I hit left or right, nothing happens. Okay. If I try to go up, nothing happens. Why? Because we haven't programmed it to do anything on the up button. Okay. So right now it goes down 25%. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to do the exact same thing, but for up button. And there's actually a trick that we can do. We can you could go and take everything out one by one again, or you can copy. I love copy and paste. All right. So, or duplicate rather. So if we duplicate,
You gotta
notice,
click to do that.
huh?
How do you do it? What did you click to do that?
All
yeah.
right. Sorry. So what I did was I went here and I right clicked. And
Okay.
when I right click, this menu comes up. I hit duplicate and it duplicated this menu. The reason it's grayed out is because this is the same and the game is going, well, you already told me to do this. One of these cancels each other out. But what you see is if I go here and I change it to up, because now we want to tell the character what to do when we hit the up arrow. Now it comes to life.
Sorcery.
Right?
that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we're going to do is we're just going to inverse everything. Okay. So on up button pressed, this was less than, we're going to say if it's greater than, we're going to put 25. Okay. And here we're going to change that to negative 25.
Mm, negative 25.
Negative 25. So here's positive 25, negative 25, because we want it to be able to go the opposite direction 25.
Yeah, okay.
Makes sense?
Mhm.
So now with that, our character should be able to move up and down. Let's see. Down 25, down 25, down 25, up 25, up 25, up 25. And because we gave it a specific position, our character isn't going to go outside the screen. It's locked into specific parameters that it can move 25% up or 25% down. Make sense?
The block that you made at the beginning, is that, and that's what holds it in, like the set position to 8 by 50. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we have our character, it can move up and down. I would kind of want to have my character shoot some stuff. So let's give it the ability to shoot.
To shoot some candy corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy
Next
corn is the
time.
base.
Hmm?
The base candy. It's a solid, you know, constant.
Okay.
Get
so
put some respect on candy corn.
I'm gonna duplicate that again. And it's grayed out because it's like, hey, you already told me to do this, but this time I'm gonna say on the A button press. Okay, so it comes to life. Okay, and what I'm gonna say is if I'm gonna change the name because we're gonna say candy bar. Okay, we're gonna call it candy bar even though it's a candy corn. All right, if candy bar, let's see.
See, in candy corn, I will say, it does taste good. I just can't eat too much candy corn or I will not be well. It's all right. But if there was M&Ms,
I'm gonna
say
delete that
less.
because it was the wrong block for projectiles. Sorry.
Ah,
Yeah, candy corn is.
Yeah, we're gonna go down here
Well, if you
and
eat too much of any candy, you'll get sick.
that's
Not
true.
much of a difference.
So I guess okay, I changed my opinion. Candy corn, let it be known, candy corn is all right. I said it.
It's royal decree.
But I guess you would have more fun eating another candy and like getting sick. It's like
It gets you prepped for other candy.
like
It gets you prepped for other candy.
I'd be like disappointed in myself and sick. So
Rather than get an apple.
Honestly, apples are not that bad. Apples are great.
okay, so what we're gonna do is pull out this container and basically we're saying on sprite of kind so the sprite for the player overlaps.
are you trying to shoot your candy corn, Oz?
Yes.
Okay. You want to do like
It's a special.
You want to do like an A button pressed because that's like that's going to handle like what happens when our candy corn touches, overlaps with a kid. So what we want is, under controller, use that A button pressed because when we press that A button, we want candy corn to come out.
Ah.
So sorcery, like our ghost is going to summon candy corn and then like, fire them out.
Okay. Sorry, when I saw candy bar, for some reason, I thought it was the status bar. Okay. So then we go to logic, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have if.
Yeah, we want to say, well, that I would say the if statement is going to come after you create like that status bar. Because you have to have that status bar to check how much candy corn you have, right? Because we can't.
So we want to do set candy to projectile. That's what we want to do.
Under sprites, you want to have like make projectile come from sprite.
Okay.
Yeah, that one right there. Set projectile to projectile. There we go.
Mm.
And
All
then
right.
pop
And
that
so
candy.
we're going to change projectile to candy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we're going to go up here and grab our candy corn.
It should be in your assets too. So
okay. Cool. I guess another way to get to it would be to go there for the assets. Candy corn.
candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Okay. Then we're going to go and change my sprite to Candy Ghost.
Nope. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Cool. And then. So this is the horizontal, this is the vertical. So we're gonna change that to 30.
Yeah. Yeah, so that will control our speed, how fast our candy comes from the ghost. So making that a smaller number, it will. So now hit A. There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
and you can shoot it, you can like fire out as many as you want.
Right now, yeah, we can.
That's a tummy ache right there.
No, yeah, that's no
Don't break
good.
it down for a little bit.
But you can make it faster.
In theory, yes.
Oh, okay.
It should be this one, right, Tyler? To make it faster.
Yeah, if you increase that to a higher number, it will be it'd be much faster. If you make it a negative number, instead of going right, it'll go left.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, the Skull Candy Ghost, he's on X Games mode. That's X Games mode.
All right, cool. So now what we're gonna do, now that we have that, is we're gonna create our enemies. Okay. I'm actually moving.
now what does that on-game update block do?
So with this, we're just letting know that we're kind of introducing other things into the game. So every time, basically think of like a movie, a character is going to enter a scene. We're meeting a new character in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, so that on-game update will it's basically like checking. So the game updates like every, I don't know, 100 milliseconds or even faster than 100 milliseconds. And so anything in that block will just be like run. So it's kind of like a forever block, but a little bit different. It's a great way to like loop something if you want something to loop.
Okay.
Actually, I grabbed the wrong one. So what I want to grab is this one.
Ah,
Yes.
boom. So yeah, this one is similar, but we're controlling how fast we want something to check. So we can check every 200 milliseconds or 2 seconds, and then it'll run what's in that block. So I think last week we used forever blocks with pause. So we had like it running forever, but it paused like every couple seconds. So yeah, because so for some reason, like if you want to change how fast you're checking for something to happen. So if you wanted to happen like, I want to spawn a sprite like every 2 seconds, and you only want it to ever be 2 seconds, then on-game update is the block for you. But if you want to change how fast something spawns, you want to use a forever block with a pause block and a variable or delay. Or is it delay or pause? I can't remember. But
Okay. Is that the right one, Tyler? Set Sprite
from
to.
wall, it's nope.
All right.
This is for the kid. You want to spawn the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the projectile under sprites from the wall. So yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there.
This one?
Yeah, from the side, not wall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You want them to spawn like from like the side of the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're gonna go to a little bit of math.
That's a lot of math.
Mm-hmm. Square root, absolute. Ooh.
Ooh. Hmm. So every 2 seconds, there will be a kid that comes out. Is that what's happening?
Yes, I think like what we're going for is we're gonna have 4 different kind of like kids. So it's not the same kid every time. You know, as much as we want to see like the Princess Peach kid come every time. Variety, you know. So we can do that by like using that pick random block to say like that. No, you want to use kid. You want to use that kid variable.
Mm.
Or wait,
Yeah. In the code, it says starting position. It says starting position to starting position. Is this something that comes later?
no, I think we left it as. Can you show me the variables again? Click on that drop down box. Should be starting position. Should be trick or treater.
Okay.
Oh.
You have it starting Y position.
No. I mean, not for the projectile. No, you need to have. It's a trick or treater.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then
Oh, there it is.
and then pick a kid variable or pick a kid and drop it into the projectile screen right there. Yeah, just grab that peach looking one.
So there's multiple kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah.
No, they're running across the screen.
This is terrifying.
What sorcery is this?
just flying throughout. Just yeah. That'd be fun if you had to like if they were coming in from like everywhere and you had to like beat them away, but like they're supposed to come from the side of the screen, the other side.
Let's see. So for this one, this needs to then this needs to be okay. Cool. So before that one, on top of this one, we have something else, but I'll do the kid. All right. How do I get the red for kid speed? And
So what you're going to do is you're going to say if kid, so we're going to pick a random kid. So we have 4 kids, 0 to 1 or 0 to 3, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. We're going to say if kid equals 0, send out peach, you know, kid 0. If kid, things like that. But we need to also fix our
How do we set each kid to a certain number? Is it just in the array or?
One second. Kari, I'm answering Jaden's question in the chat. All right. This is not working. All right, there you go, Jaden. All the tutorials right there. There is specifically ones about adding jumping and how to do jumping. Just watch that and you'll get a good idea. So yeah, we're gonna get all 4 trick-or-treaters in there. I would recommend just for, yeah, never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, we're gonna create a variable, just kid dance, that's gonna store a random number in it.
Okay.
And then so now we got to go back and get some of that conditional logic that we were using, those alligator mouths, and that's how my teacher explained it to me when I was a kid. You know, the alligator wants the bigger number.
Greater than less than.
Got to eat that.
Oh, the alligator wants the bigger number and does not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why you know that one's bigger. So we want a variable. So you want to go to that conditional logic. And now under the blue section, under logic. And you want to grab, yeah, that greater than, less than. Yep, that's what Miles is saying. Yep.
This one?
Yeah, yeah, pop that into that true. Yep. At the very top, yeah, at the top of the if statement. And we're going to say it, and we're going to change that to equals though. There we go. And then we're going to and then put that kid variable, grab an instance of that kid variable. And we're going to say if kid equals 0, then do that. Oops.
About that.
I think you lost your thing inside. It should be behind. So grab another one. Oh yeah, that works too. Then you got to grab your kid variable again. Yeah, you're still equals. Nope, nope, nope. Over. You got to make sure it gets inside that 0. Oh, over. Keep going to your right. Right there. Yep, drop it. Drop it. All right. So now we're saying if, so when it picks random, it will, if the random number it picks is 0, then it sends out peach or kid number 0. And we're going to repeat that. So Oz, if you right click on that equals block, you can duplicate that, just that section. And sorcery.
It is like magic.
Is it there?
Nope. You got to pop these equal things into each of these if statements.
I see.
Nope. Okay.
You got to get the whole block.
You got to grab where it says equals. So yeah, try that again. Duplicate. There you go. And then do that for the next one. All right. All right, I'm going to give everyone a heads up too. I think we're going to be running late. We were supposed to end in a couple minutes, but we're going to be a little. Okay, so change those numbers from 0 to 1 and 2. Perfect. And now you can see the kids coming out of the screen, how it's like almost like a random one each time.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes they'll do the same one again, but we're getting a pretty good random order.
It's just a random generator.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I think what Oz is doing here is, so to make our game more difficult, we're not necessarily going to spawn more kids over time. What we're going to do is we are going to change the speed of the kids. So as the game, as your score increases, the kids will come out faster. Okay. But
Okay.
so now we're gonna need to set up something. So now we need to use that on-game update block to change the kid speed, have a default kid speed, and then and then we can say if score is a certain value, then do this, then do that.
Is that to set the starting position?
Well, okay, so right now you've so yeah, we only want our kids to go left and right, correct? So we are only going to be changing that VX, kind of similar to what we did with the ghost projectile. And so we're changing that VY to 0. But now we need, you can pick a starting position too. So if you go back up, so we need to say set X, my sprite X to 0. We want to grab that block. And put that, nope, we'll put that, you're gonna have to put one of those in each of the, in each slot. But let's get it set up. And then we can copy and paste. We can do that copy and paste thing. Yeah, so drop it there. Not yet. We don't want to copy. We want to change all the parameters. So change that to trick or treater. And you want to change, and we want to change the Y, right? So we want to say like where it is on the screen. Okay. And then just as an example, let's say put in like -25. And let's see if we can see, we probably won't see it because we haven't set, that VX, because it's a variable. I think it's set to like 0. And that's why we're not seeing anything coming out. So what we also want to do though, is we want to make it appear random, like, because we have 4 different kind of like sidewalks in our game. We want to like pick different ones for them to appear at, right? But I think for time, to save some time, let's just have each one have its own lane. So let's say, just do the first one at -25 and then, or set, no, I'm sorry, 25, just put 25. We don't need a negative number here. And then right click and duplicate that trick or treater and say, and just duplicate that block. Yeah, there we go.
So each one is going to have be on its own level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would say change 1 to 25, 1 to 50. 175 and 100. So 25. Yeah, there we go. So what we need to do, I think now, Oz, is get that kid speed set up. That's why we're seeing really weird things happening where they're popping up on the left side of the screen.
Okay.
So
And kind of my cheat sheet is saying, so it's saying that this, it's saying this should be starting position, and there's a starting position thing above.
yeah, I'm saying for time, because
Okay,
we have 10. I mean,
I get you.
we need to go faster. So grab an on game update.
That,
Yep. And say, grab a logic statement. Yep.
this one,
Yep. And then grab another logic thing. If greater than whatever. Yeah, that one right there.
We can always change it.
And we're gonna say, and then grab a score variable and pop it into that first one.
where do I go for that one? Logic?
No, it's a variable.
Oh.
Grab score. We have score. Okay, so what you need to do is go to info, the info tab, and say set score to 0 and add that to your or yeah, you can grab, yeah. No, okay, I'm sorry, I'm bad. Just grab that score variable from info. Right there, yeah, pop that into the very first 0 spot, yep. And then change that to greater than. If score is greater than, let's say 15. And then we're going to say set kid speed to, let's say -20 or 25 maybe. Yeah, it's under variables, yep. So grab that set projectile.
Both of them?
Yeah, well, we'll duplicate it, but change that to speed, kid speed. And change that, just type in like -25 or something. And then duplicate, right click and duplicate that set kid speed, and then set it to like -15. So we're saying if score is greater than 15, then increase the speed, but otherwise just say, hey, kids will have a default speed of -15. There we go.
Look and go. But now they need to exit the screen or add like a lose situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Do we need to create the wall? Tyler?
Yeah, you need to make that wall.
Okay.
The kids are moving across the screen very slowly. I will say there's a lot of Uno talk in the chat. let's focus the talk to the game, this game, not the Uno game, but in fact, this wonderful game that Oz is making. No Uno, no Uno. If you have questions about the game and everything, please put those in the chat. No Uno. I don't even think we can make an Uno game on Make Code. That would be quite complicated. Unless you plan on making an Uno game and have questions about how that would work.
We can figure it out. We would love to see it.
Okay. So yeah, like I think what Oz is doing it here, he is so we want to see when the sprites get to the end, and there's really no good way to test to see, you know, all 4 different sprites if they're like at the very end. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another sprite that's just a thin little line like this, and we're going to see if the sprites are touching that line, and if they are touching that line, then it's game over. But the cool thing is there are some blocks in here that will allow you to like make your sprite completely invisible. So you can still interact with that sprite, but you can make it invisible.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a lot of good options underneath that auto destroy block right there. Set my sprite auto destroy.
Okay.
But yeah, you can grab that one. Yeah, grab unsprite. So
Sounds really cool mouse.
all right. So all right. So if you saw that, did you change that the white line? Did you change that to of kind wall?
There.
No, up back and you're on start.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we can change the kind of like type of sprites we're making. And we're going to make that of kind wall. And we're going to say if the sprite of kind enemy touches that white line, it will be of kind, you know, game over, lose. But what we haven't done yet, we haven't said, we haven't declared our kids are of kind enemy, which is kind of harsh. We call them enemies, but you know, ghosts just don't like kids. I don't know what to say.
Remember, stay away from boobs. They are not friendly. Poof.
So the reason we have to do this is because we have multiple projectiles in this game. So we have a candy corn projectile. And then we also have these trick-or-treaters are also projectiles right now. So what we need to do is we need to make them into a different kind. So that way, when we do our sprite overlaps, that our game knows how to handle them differently. Because if they were both projectiles, then like we'd have conflicting things when we shot out candy corn and when a candy corn interacted with the kids.
Question.
Yeah.
Why are we setting the trick-or-treat enemy to trick-or-treat sprite to an enemy so many times?
That's what I was explaining, that trick-or-treaters, because trick-or-treaters right now are of kind projectile. And our candy corn is also a projectile. And when you have two different projectiles in a game, when we start writing our code of what happens when those projectiles interact with other sprites, they're going to conflict because they're both of the same kind. So, so what we're going to do is set them to a different kind, and that way we can handle them differently. And you'll see now that it's game over because our code was when a sprite of kind enemy touches that white line, it becomes game over. So anytime that happens now, it's going to be game over. Hey y'all, yeah, we're gonna be running late. So if you need to go because we're running over late, you are free to go. Let me get you the attendance code. We are going to continue recording this and we'll finish this up today. Any of those who are on the next mentor session, again, free to go. We'll make sure you get credit for attending today. But the link for the attendance is, let me. Is right here. And today's code word is peach in honor of our new special guest. Thank you for being here with us, Peach.
It is a pleasure, my pleasure being here. I'm having a lot of fun and learning so many good things. So many cool things that I will need to tell my friend Kennedy for their mental health sessions. Because I think this is quite helpful. Too bad they couldn't be here. Bye if you have to leave. Bye.
All right, we'll be recording. So if you want to see this game be finished, yeah, tune into our YouTube channel. All right, Oz. Yeah, we're not doing the starting position.
Okay.
And the starting position would be a variable, not a projectile. Yeah, just go delete blocks. Here we go. Or I guess we can come back to starting position later if we're just going to run over. But
Okay, I was just gonna fill this block out. So I have my cheat sheet. I was just gonna go down the list and put the stuff in.
okay, yeah, your sprite spawning is fine.
Okay.
Like if we want to come back and do starting position, pick random tracks, we can come back and do that later. But I would say let's I would do that, handle what happens when an enemy sprite is hit with the candy corn.
Okay.
So oftentimes when we do like projectile stuff like this, when a candy corn hits a sprite, often we want to just like destroy the candy corn. We also want to destroy their sprite, but we don't want to like destroy these kids. We want to get these kids and be happy. We just want to, we just make them want to turn around and go to a new house, stay away from our
Make
house.
them safe.
So what we're going to do is we want to get rid of the candy corn. So what we're going to do is, so Oz, in that on, see where it says sprite on sprite? See how it's red? Drag
What
that.
are you looking at?
So on the on sprite of kind player.
Okay.
So where it says sprite, that word sprite, see how it's red?
Yeah.
You can drag that variable and pop it into there. Yes. Because like what is happening? So we want to destroy the candy corn, but because we're creating multiple versions of that candy corn every time you press the A button, we don't know which version is actually touching a sprite. So what we're going to do is say on sprite. So this is on sprite of kind projectile. So that specific sprite, that specific candy corn that is actually touching a enemy or a kid at that point, we want to destroy that specific one. So that's why we use that sprite. So if you were to refresh, so yeah. And then shoot out a sprite. Why is our ghost weird now?
In the center.
Did you accidentally get rid of the block?
Yeah, there must have been a block I got rid of.
Because you had the this Candy Ghost is
Yeah, I think you changed.
Oh, position.
Yeah, you
No.
messed with the position.
This,
Something behind it?
shouldn't it be like yeah, what was it?
The position seems right. The X is at 8. A is not at the center of the map. Try refreshing the game, see if it moves at all.
Yeah, refresh the game.
Can you still move your sprite or move the up and down? Okay.
Oh,
So
see the line, the wall is moving.
Oh, okay. I see what you did here. You said set candy goes to of kind wall.
I see.
You
It's
need to
should be
change that
barrier.
to barrier. There we go. Okay.
yeah.
So you need to set the position of your barrier so it's not in the center of the screen. Otherwise, that's gonna a really hard game.
Gotta keep those kids away. Off my lawn.
Yeah, that's the area where your lawn is, and you're just throwing candy at them to get them off your lawn. Oh, it's nice that it shows you where the X and the Y meet.
Yeah.
That's a neat little function.
I think there's some kids spawning on the line.
Yeah.
Luigi's cat's gonna look touchy-feely.
So yeah, now we're going to use the other sprite block in there. So with the other sprite, again, it's kind of the same thing. Since we have multiple kids, multiple trick-or-treaters coming at us, we don't know what specific one is getting hit with the candy corn. So that other than using that other sprite. So we're saying on sprite of kind projectile, which is what our candy corn is, it's a type projectile, overlaps with another sprite of kind enemy, which is what those trick-or-treaters are. When it gets hit by a candy corn, we're saying destroy that candy corn that's touching a kid right at that moment and set the other sprite, which is a kid, and we're going to change that. We're going to make them walk backwards.
Oh, so that's when they got like
Yeah, they do.
zoom out the screen.
Yep. Okay, so as we need to change those velocities. So we want to go to the right, which I think is a should be a positive number, right? And we want to change the VY to 0. Yeah, I think that works. So if you test it now. Wait, why is it automatically?
Hmm.
Can you refresh again? Oh,
It's
I
still
think
spawns on the line.
something that's like spawning a trick-or-treater.
Hmm.
Show me your code that controls the trick-or-treaters. Yeah, I see that. And
Mhm.
it is touching the wall, and I can't figure out.
Good call, Anders. Good call.
A kid is spawning there. Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. We need to probably initialize the kid's speed at the start of our game. So go to the on start and grab a variable set variable to whatever. Nope, it's under variables. Set projectile to 0, whatever. And we want to say set kid speed. Good eye. Anders. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that.
Is that Anders?
Anders.
Anders.
Yeah, we want to say, or change that to -15. 25 is, I guess it doesn't matter, but.
Anders. Okay. Anders.
Thank you for that correction. There we go. So yeah, so it's always a good idea when you're coding to initialize, to set your variables to a default value at the start of your game, because otherwise it might default to just to 0 right away. And we don't want that to happen. That was what was causing our wall variable to interact with, because that millisecond before our other code kicked in, it was spawning them like at 0.0. Okay. So now try hitting a kid with a candy corn. Let's give that kid some candy, some gross candy. All right.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can get the 15. See if we can get that speed increase. Is that what do you set the score to? Or is it 20 or something? Nope, that kid's moving faster. Yep, now they're moving faster.
They really want that candy now.
They heard that this house has good candy. And now they're
Gotta get them before they give it all away.
He bought candy corn in bulk. There's like 900 pieces of candy corn.
So I think it's the last part of the game that we need to figure out is right now we have infinite amount of candy corn. Like this ghost went to Sam's Club, went to Costco, got it in bulk, and now ghost has got too much candy corn. So now we need to limit it down. We gotta make this ghost have a resupply issue. So I think the way we did this is by creating a status bar. So a status bar is an extension that you can add from the advanced section. So Oz, you want to show that under advanced where you can find those extensions?
Some quick coordination real quick.
So you hit that little extension plus symbol at the bottom, and there's some different things you can add to your game to make them, just cooler, more complex. Sometimes they add you new blocks, like the animation is an example. But there's one called status bar. If you want to scroll down just like a little bit right in the middle. So this will add like a little status bar. You can manipulate to show health or to show like energy or like fuel, a bunch of different things. But we're going to show it. We're going to use the status bar to show what our candy supply is, how much candy corn we have left.
right next to color fading.
What?
Scroll down a little bit.
All right. So yeah, we can get out of this.
Right.
So you just click on it and it will automatically add. And you'll see a new set of blocks. You can see right in the middle of our standard blocks, you see a new one called status bars. We're going to create a new status bar. We're just going to add that to our on start. Yeah, so grab that very first block, Oz. And you'll see that little green thing right in the middle of our, so that's our status bar. So now we need, you can change the size of it. You can also change where it appear like on screen. You can also change the color of it, which I think we're gonna have to do because I think it defaults to green. Or you can change that from kind health, I think, to kind energy. Yeah, let's do energy. Ooh, okay, so now we got a
Make it yellow.
sweet yellow bar. We changed the size of it to make it stand out a little bit bigger. Now let's move it. Oh, you can also name the status bar too.
Oh,
So you can say HP. So a lot of people use status bars for like health. So HP is a classic way to do that in games. So like health points.
I remember that
You
from
wanna-
Pokemon.
Yeah, you see that a lot like an RP. So you can also rename your status bar. You can give it a new variable name. So I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, let's rename it candy bar.
Sorry, I'm looking for position. There we go. Because we were talking about setting the position, right?
Yeah. So I like setting, kind of classic video game stuff is like setting your status bar like to the top left. So you can position it in the top, which will make it float all the way to the top of your screen,
Need it.
which you can leave there. But there's also a cool block where you can add what they call like padding and offset, which will allow you to kind of like move it, position it around the screen. The other cool thing you can do too, which we're not doing right now, is you can attach the status bar to your sprite. So if you want to show like your sprite health on your sprite character, you can also do that too. And if you want to learn more about status bars, we have a bunch of, we have a status bar tutorial in our main tutorials on the website.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oops. So you can find all those, code it,
Those kids.
challenge.
Oh, all those kids.
Yeah, I'm like, where are those children coming from?
Yeah, let's make that Halloween themed.
Spooky.
It's spooky.
All right, you want to change that from HP to something else? So yeah, there's not health. Where it says candy bar label.
Change it to candy status or something like that.
You want me
Candy
to change
bars.
the name?
No, not the variable name, like the label name. So right now it says HP.
Ah, I see.
You can say C. Yeah, you can do a full word, but it makes it really big because you can't really size. So usually 2 letters is best. So we'll just say CB or for candy bar or candy supply. I don't know, whatever you want to say. Candy corn. All right. So now what I think we need to do is like change. So every time we shoot a candy corn, we want to take away some of our status. We want to decrease our status bar.
Okay.
But we also need a way to recharge our status bar. So how do we get more candy corn once we take things away? Which I think is what Hans is doing right now. So we're going to say when we press the B button, which is like enter on a keyboard, we want to give ourselves a little more status. So you got to like recharge by like button mashing. So you can grab this change status bar by value. Yeah, ammo repeatedly. Exactly, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pick whatever value you want. I will say the status bar, it defaults to 100. So the value of the status bar, the max value you can have is 100. And you can never you can't change up from that 100. So we're going to change that by +3. So every time you press enter, you get 3 more little candy corns. So now we need to figure out a way. So basically when we press the A button, we want to shoot out a.
Is that where you wanted me to go?
No. So we want to say on A button. I don't think we need that one. We want to change the value of our status bar by a negative number. We want to take away candy from our supply. So yeah, go back to status bars. And change value by.
You could.
There you go, and change it by -20. So now, yeah, try pressing A button now. And you can see decreasing. But the problem is go all the way to 0. Or yeah, reset. You'll notice that we can still shoot. So even when we get to 0, we're still shooting.
Mm.
So we need to figure out a way to detect when our status bar is 0 and so it stops shooting when it's 0.
So like an if-then statement, right?
I think you're onto something there, Gary.
Luigi. Luigi, you got something going.
It's
Thank you.
You
Don't know who this Scary fellow is.
being meta code. Okay, so we need to get an if. I think like Luigi was talking about an if statement. So let's grab some logic, and we're just going to see if our status bar is. What are we thinking here? No. So we need to get another logic statement. We need to say if we need to get those alligator mouse.
Oh, like kind of the candy ghost. If candy ghost, why one of those?
Yep. So we're gonna say. Yeah, so we're gonna say if status bar. We can change that to candy bar too. So if candy bar is greater than, we can do greater than equals. We can just do it. Greater than equals to 20. So we're gonna say we have 5, we can have a total of 5 candy corns at one time. Because 100 divided by 20 is 5. And we're gonna take away 1 candy corn each time we press A. Hand out candy. And now we can't hand out anymore. Now you got to recharge. Press B. Mash B. Recharge. Press A.
That's a lot of mashing. Oof.
Okay. And you
Okay.
I think that's essentially the game right there.
There's one more piece. What is it? Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Can you show, take that out and let's just demo why we're doing that. So when you press A, you'll notice that the candy corn is kind of coming from like the middle of our head, which doesn't really look supernatural. Like he's like spitting candy corns.
He's just like,
But he's a ghost. Wouldn't it
He is
be
a ghost.
Sorry, little ghost humor.
I see right through you.
stop, no.
It's just it's a little friendly joke.
Okay, so now that we do that,
So yeah, so what we can do is we can change the candy X and like where it goes from. We want to change that to a different number though than 0. If we change it by like, so when it spawns, it just instantly kind of teleports it like a little bit in front of us. So we'll say like by like 8 pixels. And now when we press A, you see like the candy is kind of like spawning like right. It's not like coming out of our head anymore. It's kind of,
It's like,
it looks like it's kind of more coming like from like our hands. It's just kind of like a little, you don't need to do that. It's just a little bit of like, you know, feature to make it look a little more natural. I mean, as natural as a ghost distributing, giving out candy corn can look, but.
Halloween, anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
I think that is about, is there anything else? I think we could add a little more difficulty.
yeah, there's we have on status bar kind, health 0 status. Do you want me to put that in?
What does that do? I don't think we need that though. What was underneath that code?
It was this,
Yeah. Was there anything inside of it?
destroy trick or treater.
No. That must have been like an early iteration or something, because
Okay,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, forget that.
and then there is a, sorry.
Yeah. Anders, yeah, we're gonna give a link to the game in just a second.
Yes, this game looks so fun.
I think the only thing, let's add a little more if
Some
statements
stuff with the score.
and the speed a little bit. Yeah, if you go back up to that section, let's just add a little more difficulty and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll share the game out. So we're almost done. Sorry about running over, folks. So just add a plus symbol to there and say, and then duplicate that. Yeah, duplicate that one and the alligator mouth block are greater than, less than block with score in there. Nope. Nope. You gotta, when you duplicate, you want to duplicate on the bigger block. Yeah, right there. If you want to add another, you can add that, hit that plus sign again.
There you go.
Another one. And then duplicate that speed again. Or I guess we don't technically need that one. You can just hit that minus sign or hit the plus sign again and then hit the minus sign. Because we already have a default speed, so we don't need to change anything. So now we need to set like our score stuff. So we have, usually when you want to do these with the higher score first. So you want to say if our score gets above 25, let's change our speed to like -35.
You want the first one to 35?
Yeah, and change the score. So if score is greater than 25, change it to -35.
Is that for all? Is that for all of them?
If score is, oh, you change the -35 in the if statement. You want the speed to be -35, and then say if score is greater than, let's say 15, change it to -25. And then if score is greater than 10, let's say -20. I don't know. These are just kind of random numbers. Okay. All right. I think we're done.
Woo!
Oh, I think if you want to make that white line invisible, let's demo how to do that. And then I think we're done. So yeah, go to sprites. And then scroll down to where it says auto destroy. Yep, too far. Up, right there. So set my sprite auto destroy. There's a lot of cool options in this.
Okay. And on start.
Yeah, put that in on start. And then change that to barrier. And then from the drop down box where it says auto destroy, change that. There's a lot of cool options. Last time we used ghost from here, but now we're going to say invisible. So right in the middle, and then that will make our white line disappear.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I think we're done. Let's get Mario and Peach.
All right.
Luigi.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh man. That's
Luigi Mario.
That's real embarrassing. Yeah, Mr.
Luigi
Mario.
Mario.
Mr. Mario.
Okay, so I'm gonna share.
Yeah. All right, who's up first?
I'm taking my gloves off for this one.
Ooh. I know. Look what Peach did to Yoshi in the background, Luigi.
That's what happens.
I don't think that's what happens when you
Oh,
come at Peach.
my boy. What have you done to him?
He tried to play me in a game, and I
Alright.
won.
Cool.
I don't play
So the
games.
link is in the chat. Thank
Yeah,
you
in the
guys for
chat.
being patient. So I think this is a good example. I'm a beginner video game maker. As you can see, if we were Jedis, I would be the Padawan. Tyler would be the Master Jedi. So I think he did a pretty good job of patiently leading me through as I made mistakes and corrected them. So this is what you guys can do too. If you drop into the mentor hours, there will be someone that will be there to patiently lead you through. Although it sounds like some of you guys are a lot better at making video games than I am, but there you go. But now let the games begin with Luigi versus Peach. Who's going first?
Game is kind of hard. Hold on.
Don't forget you got to recharge with the B button.
That's what I am forgetting to do.
Okay.
I am.
All right, who's up first?
So do you guys know the controls? I am not a keyboard gamer. I play with like, you know, the actual like
The gamepad.
joystick. So I don't use the
Yeah, you can
computer keyboard. Do you know
Joy-Cons,
the
yep.
buttons?
You can use WS to move up and down. Enter the space bar to shoot out candy corn, and then the enter button to recharge your candy supply.
Okay.
Luigi, you get to go first.
All right.
You can go first. Me, I can't crack my knuckles right now.
Luigi, we can see.
All right. Let's share my screen. Can we all see?
No. Oh, yeah. I guess.
Oh, I can see. Oh,
All right. Let's see.
All right, going good so far. Recharging. Being a little strategic. All right, they're picking up speed now.
Like we should have a little doom. That's the kids moonwalk back once they get their candy.
well, see, there should be some spooky music playing in the background.
Yes,
Well,
that
there's
should.
like Nightmare Before Christmas music, like or the Monster Mash.
We don't get the rights. We don't get.
Oh, we don't. Oh, we can't play the Monster Mash.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, I think this is when they're gonna get real fast.
I'll see. I don't know if this game, I tried to play for a couple seconds. This game kind of hard. I need some
Ooh.
practice sessions.
He's moving. He's moving. All right, I see you, Luigi. I see you.
You know, maybe
Okay.
I should have gone first.
Yeah, Luigi's been playing his Game Boy.
Yeah, Luigi has experience. He gets
That's
to
not
shoot
fair.
fireballs from his hands once he touches the, the fire flower. So, candy corn, fireballs, they all translate.
That's not fair. I don't think Princess Peach has powers.
Difficulty for, I think this is too slow.
Yeah.
Too slow.
Yeah. All right, I think if you get to 50, Luigi, let's just call that. Let's call
I
that.
mean, honestly, we could just call this early. I don't know if I can.
All right.
We're gonna try.
Okay, Luigi's top score 50, and then
Okay, I'll call it there.
Okay,
Oh,
Luigi,
That's
you're
his
you're
pizza magic.
done. You're done.
How does Luigi stop sharing the screen?
Should be at the top.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
What's going back on?
You know what? I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Can you see my screen?
yep.
Yes,
To see your
princess.
screen.
Just as a reminder of the controls, spacebar is to shoot the candy and enter is to recharge.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
This is the point I'd say good luck, princess, but
You gotta enter to reach. Yeah, enter recharge.
Ooh, she
Shooting
doubled.
candies.
She double tapped.
No.
Oh, double tap. Okay.
oh, triple tap.
Oh,
I
you
think
got
all
it.
kids
You got it.
Here they come.
Oh,
Ow,
ooh.
ow.
They moonwalking. They moonwalking.
You're the house.
I forgot what you
You got it.
And
Got
Harry.
it. Oh.
It wasn't you.
You have to recharge.
You didn't have too many candies. Okay.
Hey,
We gotta close one for Luigi.
You want a second try at that one?
I mean, technically, if you switch the numbers around, like 51, like 15 could be 51 if you switch it around. Okay, I was warming up. Hold on. Okay.
Them double taps get costly.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a slip of the finger.
You're gonna have the popular house because they're gonna be like, oh, Peach is giving out double candy.
Right.
Okay.
I see your strategy now. Okay.
I had to warm up.
You're like, I'm reloaded. Take that.
See, but they're gonna get quicker.
Did that recharge? Ooh.
Yeah, recharge. Oh, you almost, okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm going. Okay, see, I got the hang of it now. It took me a minute.
Yeah, I think we gotta make this game more difficult.
It started out very difficult. I was like, wait a minute, no. Hold on.
Either spawn the kids like every 1.5 seconds or change their speeds. I think we need more kids spawning. I think is what it is.
You could add like a different type of kid, say like an older kid.
We got older.
Go trick-or-treating.
Or you could have like some of the kids need like you have to hit them twice. Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
44.
Yeah, I was
too close.
trying to figure out a good way to make them have to feed them more than one candy,
Yeah, like they hit them and they only go back halfway and they,
That's a good idea. You could definitely make a variable for how far they moonwalk back. So if they that would be interesting. I like that idea. That's really cool. So you got to get them early if you let them like stack up. That's a cool idea. All right. Sorry, I ran over so late. For those of you still watching,
thank you for staying.
Yeah.
it's the last couple
Thank you.
of things.
You all the real superstars.
Dedicated. I'm going to share my screen again. Wrap up stuff. we have a couple more live streams coming up. Next Wednesday, we're going to be doing a maze game. Kennedy, who you haven't met yet at all, will be here. They will be demoing how to make a maze game.
Mhm.
It's gonna be next Saturday at 10. We will try to keep that one on schedule. If you still haven't done the attendance code, go to codechallenge.org/attendance and type in Peach for today's code. Thanks for watching.
Wish you that.
Yeah, the game link is in the chat. Oz already shared that. So playing, hopefully, play around some of those parameters, add some more difficulty to it. Looks like we made that a little too easy. You can change the spawning speed. You can change the speed of the kids they're traveling at. Make that game a little bit harder. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you is, oops, I didn't want to stop sharing, is if you are still watching or watching the recording, some of you have been asking how many attendance. Wait, there's the attendance thing one more time. Is under prizes, there's a scoreboard and you can see, this will load up and you can see all the prize tokens you've earned so far. So I think Anders was in the chat earlier. It's got 2 for attending both the live streams. So submit those game plans, submit those sprites, and you will earn. So please be patient with us. It takes a couple of days for us to kind of review all the artifacts we receive, and we try to update this as quickly as possible. So it takes 2-3 days for us to catch up with all the things we receive. But you can check and see your status there. If after a couple days it isn't updated and you submitted something, feel free to send us a chat, send us an email, and I will double check to make sure we didn't miss it somehow. So, okay. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.